And we are live. I am so excited for this impromptu live Ask Me Anything Q&A, but it's not just Ask Me Anything. We're going to be going over some lottery news and talking about some huge interviews that are coming out soon on this YouTube channel. So watch for those. And also, if you're not you can also listen on Spotify, Amazon Music. It's all over the place. Lottery Dreams and Fortune. If you are new to this channel, my name is Timothy Schultz. I typically one of the things I do on this channel are podcast interviews, but oftentimes I do once in a while, not oftentimes. Once in a while I do these live Q&As, and that's what I'm doing right now. It's impromptu, but there is a huge podcast interview coming out tomorrow with near-death experience survivor, and this is actually November 16th today. November 16th, depending upon where you are in the world. 2023. There's an interview coming out tomorrow with near-death experience survivor Lisa Baglia, who actually died for right around 10 minutes, but she died twice. She had two near-death experiences, and then she won the lottery. She's won a number of prizes. So watch for that interview coming tomorrow, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So put your comments below, but also put your questions in this live chat. And if this is no longer live, put your questions in the comments below this video, because I love checking out your comments and your questions. But we are going to be jumping into there's some huge lottery news that is breaking today for people that are into the lottery. I know a lot of you are. And of course, I'm interviewing a lot of lottery winners on this channel. That's not the only type of guest, though, as I said, and there is a near-death experience survivor that is the next interview. But I recently interviewed someone that her family won right around 165 million from the New York Mega Millions lottery. Watch for that coming soon. Another person that won tens of millions from the Florida lottery, and some others that I'm so excited about. Can't wait to share with you. But let's get to. I'm gonna jump in, and I will be your guest one day after I win the jackpot. Sonia, yes, I love it. Where are you guys watching from? Albuquerque, New Mexico. Paul, thank you for joining from Albuquerque. Sonia, you will win. Well, Thelma, oh, we're still learning this software here. All right, so let's, Texas, there we go. So we're actually going to get a preview, if I can. I'm watching from the Netherlands. Amazing. Darko. Amazing. Thank you so much. I actually just interviewed someone from Belgium not too long ago. That interview is coming up soon. He used to be homeless. He was someone that was homeless and then came across an inheritance worth millions, and it really changed his life. So I got to hear his two perspectives of being homeless and then coming across this inheritance. Really seeing the two sides of our society is very interesting. Watch for that coming soon. California. Yes. All right. I love it. You are so sweet, soul. Sonia. Okay. Hey, Timothy. Neon the Phoenix is here. Neon the Phoenix, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. South Africa is here. Shane Misler. Invite Shane Misler. I absolutely will. I have not been in touch with him yet, but I absolutely will. Thank you so much for the suggestion. And oftentimes suggestions do result in guests coming onto this podcast. So do let me know your suggestions. And let's get to I want to jump into this huge lottery news story in a second. But let me see if I can. We're still learning this software here. See if I can pull this up. I want to show you guys this share screen. Here we go. Share screen 1.35. Now this is interesting. Can you guys see this? Yeah, I know they can. This article just came out. What is this? The 16th? Yeah, so this came out today. It looks like from Business Insider. 1.35 billion lottery winner is suing the mother of his child, saying she told his family about the money. So it's interesting. It's a crazy. I mean, this is real. You can't make this up. There's a lottery winner. You might remember back in January, someone on Friday the 13th, nonetheless, There was someone in Lebanon, Maine that hit a massive $1.35 billion Mega Millions jackpot. And this person claimed the prize anonymously. And now, apparently, the mother of his child signed a non-disclosure agreement, according to this article, not to tell anybody. And the word got out, and it's accusing her of telling people about it. And so there's the man named only as John Doe in the lawsuit beat stupendous odds. That's what this article is saying. But it's the fourth largest lottery win in U.S. history. Walked around with just under 500 million. That wouldn't be bad. That would be pretty awesome, right? But the documents show he sought to protect his anonymity with a non-disclosure agreement between him and the mother of the child, who she is known in the lawsuit just as Sarah Smith. So it's interesting. And the plaintiff is now asking her to reveal exactly who else she's told, with a penalty of at least $100,000 for each time she broke the NDA. So that is interesting. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. What do you guys think about this? That's a massive, massive prize, and apparently the word has gotten out with this person's family that this person had won. I mean, I assume it's a man, that he won the lottery, not only the lottery, but one of the largest lotteries in the history of planet Earth. So it's crazy. What do you guys think about that? Tim, I dreamed I won the lottery. I will write to you soon to give you an interview. So I look forward to that. I mean, I absolutely am a strong believer in dreams. I've had so many dreams come true, including a dream about the lottery, and then it happened. So I'm a firm believer in that. Absolutely. So thank you for keeping me in mind for an interview. Gotta prove she said it, says Shannon Brown. That's interesting. And yeah, you guys can check out the article for yourself. There are more details about it, but it is interesting. We'll see what happens with that case. I have written a check out to 100 million, written a check to myself from last year that I know I will be able to cash soon. Hunter Schloss. I love it. I actually interviewed someone that wrote a check out to himself for a million pounds, and then he won that exact amount from Euro Millions. Daniel Howard, you can check that out. He believes in manifestation, and it's just, I mean, it's pretty remarkable that he wrote that out, and then he said that he would win by a certain date, and then he did. And if you think that's a coincidence, I don't know. I find it interesting. It's pretty interesting. Okay, I won $1 billion, Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman, I love that name, by the way. Gratitude is attitude from Scotland. Hello, and thank you so much for watching from Scotland. Thank you so much. And I have a new interview coming out actually tomorrow. And if you're watching this and it's no longer live, it could be out now. So check the feed. But it's with a near-death experience survivor for people that are interested in that sort of thing. I've interviewed mostly who I interview on this channel are people who have won the lottery, but from time to time, I interview people that have overcome the odds in other ways in life, including people that have died and come back to life. I interviewed one person that died for nearly an hour and came back to life. But I'm going to show you a preview of this interview shortly on this live here. Tim, in Brazil, we have an influencer called Paulina I'm mispronouncing her name, but she has won the lottery more than 60 times. Would you like to interview her? Absolutely, I would, for sure. And I think I know who you're talking about as well. I think she's been on some reality television in Brazil. I do want to interview her for sure. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I am on both sides of the Matrix. Awesome. I love the movie The Matrix. I don't know what you guys think about that. I think it's one of the best movies ever. I died and came back. Wow. That's amazing. What was that like for you? I'll put your comment up if I can see it. I love NDEs, near-death experiences. I watch a lot of interviews of those. Shannon Brown. Amazing, Shannon. So on that note, I'm going to see if I can pull up this preview here. I'm still learning this software. Let's pull it up. Here we go. This is live. It's thinking about it. Here it comes. All right, this is the preview. So let's. And she's not only did she's won
Technically
some. There we go.
dead.
They said I was gone for 10 minutes at least.
Right now, you're holding the giant check that was given to you from the California State Lottery for the Fantasy 5 winner.
Welcome to Lottery Dreams and Fortune. So what do you guys think about that? That's the intro for this upcoming interview with near-death experience survivor Lisa Baglia. Not only has she died twice and come back to life, but she also has won the lottery. And most of the interview, just to be completely transparent, most of it is about the near-death experience, but her lottery story is interesting as well. So watch for that coming tomorrow. Wow, says Tony. Amazing. Hi, Sheila L. Art. Hello. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us live. Okay. How that looked cool, Tim. What was her two near-death experiences? Tanner, thank you for your question. So her first one, I believe she was 3 or 4 years old, right around that age, and she got stung by a bee and had what I believe was an allergic reaction and died for right around 10 minutes. And the other one was a chemical, something that she took that just didn't do well with her body, but it's really interesting. Sweet. That's going to be a great one. Cola Mama 2.0. Thank you so much for your support. You should interview Danian Brinkley. Lottery 888. I love your name. I love that name. And I will definitely look into that. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Thank you very much. We love your work, Tim. SW, thank you. And I really, really appreciate your support. I really do. It means so much to me. Just everyone, every subscriber, including you, DW. Thank you very much. It just means the world. This is a labor of love, and it feeds me to be able to do this and to interview people and to share these with the world. Love the whole NDE stories. I have books on them. Julie Perra. Wow, Julie. It is interesting. It's really interesting. I actually interviewed another near-death experience survivor, and that one you can watch now if you want to, with Vinnie Tolman. He's also an author, but he died for nearly an hour. He was zipped up into a body bag, pronounced dead on the way in an ambulance, and then he came back to life. And he came, obviously he did, because I talked to him on this channel, and it was but he had experienced all these things. His consciousness did not die. And that was what was so interesting about it. Neon the Phoenix, interview Bunky Bartlett. Neon the Phoenix, thank you for the suggestion. Bunky Bartlett is a lottery winner that, yes, I would love to interview Bunky Bartlett. Thank you for the suggestion. It's a fascinating story. Tim, how are you doing, man? What other dreams have you had besides the lottery we haven't heard before? Leave names out if you have to. Gary Stinton, thank you so much for your question. So for anyone that's new, I'm not going to be too repetitive here, but if there is anyone that is new, I had a vivid dream about winning the lottery before it happened way back in the day. But I've had dreams about many things like that, other subjects, and then they've happened. So I find this subject fascinating. So that's one of the things I'm exploring on this channel. So you're asking, what are some other dreams that I've had that you haven't heard before? I don't know which ones you've heard and which ones you haven't heard. So I don't know, but I mean, I've dreamt about places, people, situations. I'm trying to think of one I haven't really talked about much on this channel. So I don't know. I mean, there's so many. There's one where I woke up and, well, basically, I've explained this before. I'm gonna keep it brief. It's just coming to my mind. But I was a journalism student, and someone kept stealing my newspaper. So I went to sleep with the intention of figuring out why the paper was disappearing to stop this person from doing this. And then I had this very vivid dream that this kid was coming up to take the newspaper, and I basically forced myself to wake up And it was so real. I went outside and this kid was coming up to take the newspaper, like right then. So, I mean, you may have heard that one. I could go on and on about different dreams, but I don't know if you've heard that one or not. But if you haven't, you have now. The power of meow. Love your channel and your lovely, kind, open attitude. The power of meow. Well, meow to you. That is powerful. That's a powerful meow. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much. Tony, would you rather win big once or a monthly payout? That's an interesting question, Tony. That is an interesting question. So in the United States, at least, if you win the lottery, oftentimes you have the option of what they call the annuity paid out over a period of years, or, half right away, just a lump sum. And so what would you rather take? What would you guys rather take? Some people, I've interviewed people that have done it both ways. Both ways. I think there can be pros and cons to both. For me personally, I would probably almost every scenario, I would probably take the cash lump sum option. Almost every scenario, unless you think you're just gonna spend it all, then conservatively you could space it out. Nothing wrong with that. More 9-figure winners need to start. No kill animal rescue. Well, Dear Timothy, it sounds like a good cause. Professor, Dear Timothy. Okay. Well, dear professor, if I see the other part of your comment, we'll put it up here. Tanner, yeah, a Bunky Bartlett interview would be so cool. I love seeing videos on him. Well, hopefully we can get him on this channel. That would be amazing. My wish to the universe is that this time things gonna happen in my favor, winning the lottery jackpot. Thank you. Jan7. Jan, thank you for your comment and thank you for sharing your wish here. One thing that I do believe strongly is that anything and everything is possible, and it is true. But if you do play the lottery, play responsibly. Never spend more than you can afford. Jace K108. Did you see jackpot winning numbers in your dream before you won the big one? I did not see numbers. No, it had happened within the dream. It had already happened. So it was more of what was influential, like the feeling of it, of feeling like it had already happened. And it was really crazy. Do you play the lottery now? Not very often. Chicago Realty now, not very often, but I would, if something inspires me, for sure. I had a but not very often. Van Antwerpen. I had a very cryptic yet also specific dream of 9/11 the weekend before it happened. That's really interesting. I have interviewed a couple, 2 or 3 scientists on this channel who are studying our energy and that sort of thing. And I've spoken with them about these random number generators, that there are these random number generators throughout the world. And some of you know this, but it's really interesting because before 9/11 happened, like right before it happened, the numbers were no longer random. And so they theorized that it's because of this global energy sense that the energy changed, because it was such a huge impact on our society, on the world. It was on everyone's television set and everything. So, and if there is no time, like some quantum physicists say, from past to present to future, and the theory of relativity, you don't have to look very far to see that time is, it is relative. If we're right now, we're here on Earth, but if you go way up there, the time is not going to work the same. So I guess what I'm getting at is that it makes sense that it would impact things. Oh my gosh, there's a dog near the studio, but it makes sense that it would impact things even before it happened, that you could dream about something like that, I think. All right. We are all in the Matrix. Mr. Sandman. Quantum Matrix. Jeff Huckle. Okay. Would you? All right. I will be the first in the whole of South Africa whom you will interview for the winning jackpot. Future Millionaires. I love your name, Future Millionaires, and I love your attitude, and I look forward to that. That will be amazing. Anything's possible. Love Matrix. Okay. Let's see. Interview one more time Cynthia Stafford. She is an example of real manifester. Daniel MMP. Daniel, thank you for the suggestion. I have interviewed Cynthia Stafford twice on this podcast. So if you have not seen those, you can definitely check that out. But thank you for the suggestion for a round 3. I know some people are very much, she's very inspiring. So I really appreciate that. It's all about focus, Tim. Aim high, then manifesting is going to happen. Clown Shoes 2.0. So for people that are into manifesting, did you guys see the interview that I put out with Niles Malvasia, who won $1 million from a Powerball? That was the last interview on this channel that came out a couple of weeks ago. If you have not watched that and you are into manifestation and winning the lottery, then check that out. His story is really interesting and inspiring as well. Greetings. I've been seeing 1111. I've been getting clues. Thenacia Wallace. Wow. Well, if that turns into a lottery win, you know who to contact. What do you think of the new lottery Euro Dreams? Mike James. Thank you for the question, Mike. Yeah, so there's a new lottery game in Europe for people that aren't familiar. I know there are people from all over the world, but there's a new lottery game in Europe. Is it called Euro Dreams? What do I think of it? I think it's exciting. Anything that causes excitement, and another way to win, another game to play. I think it can be fun. It sounds fun to me. I like the name. That's what I think of it. Was yours a quick pick, Emmanuel? Yes, mine was. Thank you for your question. If you live in one state and one in another state, do you have to pay both state taxes? If you live in one state and one in another state, Augie, that's a really good question, Augie. And I am not an accountant, obviously, but if you win a major jackpot, or even if you don't, if you have, assets, that it could be helpful to get a CPA to answer that very question. I know that you are subject to the laws of the state in which you purchase the ticket, but if you reside in another state, you're still going to have to claim that as income. So that's a good question for an accountant, but thank you very much. I will look into that as well, because it's something I should know. I won $15,000 in second chance lottery and many fantasy 5 wins. You're so awesome, Tim. Julie Pera, thank you so much. You are too kind. Thank you very much. And congratulations on your 15,000 you won on a second chance lottery win from Fantasy 5. That's amazing. Congratulations. And this interview that's coming out tomorrow, actually, on this channel with near-death experience survivor Lisa Baglia, that's the game that she won, I believe, was a Fantasy 5 drawing in California. So watch for that as well. All right. Okay. Let's pull up another question. Here we go. Hey, if I win and bought the ticket with someone else, should I share it or keep it all for myself? If I win and bought the ticket with someone else, should I share it or keep it all for myself? Well, I guess, I don't know. That's sort of an intangible thing. What is the scenario there? If the scenario is that you literally bought it with somebody else, then don't you both have the ticket? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we need more information to get my opinion on that. What's up, Tim? Keep up the inspirational work. Mario, Mario, thank you very much. And Mario has the best symbol with Bruce Lee there. Mario, it's great to see you. How has your perception of wealth changed after you purchased most of what you desired? Michael Costin. Perception of wealth. My perception of wealth, how has that changed? I mean, it's changed immensely, immensely. Before I won the lottery, I think I used to dream about, not that I don't dream now. It's always important to dream and to imagine and to think about what you can do, and that's so important. But your question is about perception of wealth, and I used to dream of having a new car, and I was never really into material possessions, but I thought mistakenly, I think that sort of thing created more happiness just in it of itself. And one of the things I learned was that money can create happiness in the sense of alleviating the stress of bills and debt and that sort of thing, but it doesn't really change who you are fundamentally on the inside. And that's where real happiness is created, in my opinion. Gordy Brandt in Canada, Quantum Success Marketing. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining from Canada. Thank you so much. I'm sure I've interviewed a few lottery winners in Canada, and I'm going to be interviewing more. And if that happens to you, contact my team. We want to hear from you. Yes, it's going to happen. I will definitely keep you posted. Denisha Wallace. Okay. I mean, something we all liked. Wow. Okay. Gary Stenton. I've heard the lottery one, obviously, and the newspaper one. Oh, you're talking about the dream. Okay. That was meaning something new, something we'd all like, something we'd all be like, wow. So you're wanting another dream story that I haven't talked about on this channel. I will think about that. I mean, it happens all the time, but I want to think of something that's really, really compelling that I have not talked about on this channel. There's one that comes to mind that's not necessarily, because it's not always positive, but I had one where, and I'm not going to name names or explain how they were connected to me, but there's one person that was cheating on another person, and they were close to me, like in my circle. I love this person very much, and their spouse was cheating on them. So I had this dream about this happening, just someone else. Do you ever get your dreams interpreted? Sharon Crawford. Do I ever get my dreams interpreted? Sharon, thank you for your question. I do not. I interpret them myself because, to me, and I think for most people, that what's most important with a dream is the meaning that you have. Like, what does it mean to you? Because it's not necessary. Oftentimes, dreams are symbolic, and they're not necessarily literally what you are seeing. So it's like what it means to you, and I if you write it down right when you wake up, it should be pretty clear what it means. Like, what's the meaning? Not just what did you see, but what is the meaning? Is it just coincidence that we all want to win, and people like Tim who have dreams is just most of us, but he got lucky. He fought lucky. Is it just coincidence that we all want to win, and people like Tim who have dreams is just most of us, but he got lucky? JD. Well, JD, some people, I mean, it's fair that some people think that that's a coincidence, that you dream about something and then it happens in real life. And it's fair to think that things are they just happenstance, just randomly happen here and there. And if you believe that, I completely respect you. But I have had so many experiences with things. The lottery is just one of countless things in my life, where I've had dreams about things before they've happened, or experienced things that led me to believe they're going to happen, and then they happen. So I don't believe that that's all just random. I really don't, especially with all the people I've interviewed. But if you do, that's okay with me. I'm not here to convince anyone otherwise. I love to win often. Oin Chu, with the right attitude. The power of meow. Thanks. Okay. I did win. I
dreamt of winning the lottery when I was a teenager, still going after it. Amazing. Well, keep me in mind for an interview. Keep me in mind for an interview. Hi, Timothy. Have you thought about making a movie, Cookies and Pie? Cookies and Pie, thank you for your question. I've produced a few movies a few years ago. So yes, I have made some movies, but I think that's what you mean. Just yeah, I've produced a feature-length documentary about ghosts. I've produced a couple animations, and I've worked on several movies, other people's documentaries, and different types of films. So yes, the answer to that is yes. Oh my gosh, look at this. Sharon Crawford with the 1999 Super. You are too kind. You are too kind. Sharon, thank you, thank you, thank you. And bless you. Do you ever get your dreams interpreted? So Sharon, thank you so much for your Super. And I did answer this a little bit ago, but I mean, that's a very generous Super, and I really, really appreciate it. It means the world. It means the world to me that you feel that strongly about this channel and the content that I'm producing on here. So thank you very much. I have not had my dreams interpreted, but I believe that one thing that I do is I write down the meaning when I wake up and with what it meant to me at the time, because that's what is accurate, at least for me. Do you make movies or invest in them, Mr. Sandman? Mr. Sandman, I have done both. I have done both. Tim, you're the man. You rock. Can't wait for the next interview. Thelma, thank you so much, Thelma. I really, really appreciate it. And you rock. You rock. Thank you so much for your support. We influence our destiny. Neon the Phoenix. All right. So I do need to get going, but bless everyone here today with joy, kindness, and love. Quantum success marketing. I love that. That is beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much. And on that note, thank you guys so much for your support wherever you are watching from around the world. Watch for a new interview coming tomorrow with near-death experience survivor Lisa Baglia, who also has won the lottery. So watch for that tomorrow. But thank you so much for your support, and blessings and good wishes to you. I really, really appreciate it. And we will see you guys soon.